And then there was a point, it's like, okay, maybe it's fine, you don't have to. And then there was a part like, no, I actually need to talk about it because 1 in 3 women I meet are going through the same thing that I am.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm looking for sympathy, I'm not looking for, I just need to speak my truth because all it is, it's my truth. And if I'm able to say it as honest as I can, nobody can judge me for my truth. What are you going to do with my truth?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mommy Wellness Club. My name is Pusha Hadebe. If you are new to the channel, please remember to click the subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. So today I have a very special guest with me. I'm really excited about our conversation. She's a mom, she's a former Miss Soweto 2014, and we're here to have an honest and a very open conversation about her journey of motherhood. Lungi?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, and how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm great. Lungi Honest, right?
Yes.
I'm interested in your name. Lungi Honest. How did that come about, you know?
So I think right now, it's very intentional.
Okay.
So I think in my life, I've probably had about 5-6 social media accounts. Every year and a half, I started new accounts.
Yeah.
But this time, I'm just like, no. The one thing that I know that I can ascertain and I know I'm strong with is just being honest and talking the truth.
Yeah.
I think also my name says Nilungile.
Oh, Lungi.
And there's nothing as nice about being on social media and not being true to yourself.
Yeah.
So I just want to be on social media and my honest and most vulnerable self, also representing what my name stands for.
Let's take it back to when you became a mom at the age of 25.
So I was in love. Typically, that's how the story is.
Okay.
With someone who was older than me, like maybe a good 11 years older than me, who I had imagined would want to take care of me. And then everything just went crumbling the moment I said I was pregnant. Like my reality changed completely. What I had envisioned for myself, the goals I had, the dreams I had, came crashing. And I don't think I could ever want to relive that.
That period in your life was a difficult one. The pregnancy and soon after giving birth.
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
The first week of you finding out that you're pregnant, someone says, hey, you've got the right to do whatever you want to do with your body. They're actually very clear that they're not going to be part of this pregnancy with you. And I was alone, and it felt really hurtful and painful. And I, like, just navigating through going to your first scan by yourself, going to a gynae by yourself. And in that moment, I was also losing chelete. Because I was in distress and I was in distress, what that then meant was I couldn't work. Not being able to work then meant I couldn't create an income.
Yes.
So it was, you know, that saying, the domino effect.
Yes.
It was one of those where you don't have an income, then your laptop gets stolen, your car gets this. So it was just like a plethora of things.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still don't know how I made it. I still also don't know how my son survived because Nikela every day until I gave birth.
Sure.
I think maybe also another year after giving birth. It was just like every day I was crying.
Sure.
The first 2 years, I hated being a mother and like I hated it. Like, I didn't feel like I had a connection to my son. It was very distant.
Okay.
There's like, I know he's my child and Nyamtanda in theory, like, but I couldn't physically show it. And now I'm in a state where I say it all the time, I hold him all the time.
And he sees it.
And he sees it. And like he also always wants to be around you. When he sees me, he's very excited. Before, you could tell that I probably was also hurting him because I was hurt
yourself.
And now I'm just like, I'm in a better place to love because I'm healing.
What you've shared about your journey and some of your life experiences on your social media, what inspired you to be so honest and so open? Were you intentional about that?
I may even start crying thinking about it, but like I think the thing is, it's draining sometimes having to talk to your friends because your friends know your struggles.
Yeah.
And you don't want to keep going to the same Portia every day to say, yo, I'm battling this time around. And I think I've tried different ways of healing. So in the beginning, I tried writing, and it's just like, okay, it helps, but it really doesn't. And then there was a part of me that started wanting to journal my thoughts, and like, okay, that's too heavy. I cannot be looking at a camera every day, like releasing what I'm going through. And then there was a point, it's like, okay, maybe it's fine, you don't have to. And then there was a part like, no, I actually need to talk about it, because 1 in 3 women I meet are going through the same thing that I am. And it's not that I'm looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for, I just need to speak my truth, because all it is, it's my truth. And if I'm able to say it as honest as I can, nobody can judge me for my truth. What are you going to do with my truth? So, yeah.
Sure. And I find it very courageous and very brave.
Thank you.
And I know, like, we live in a world where you being vulnerable and open will not be received well by everyone.
Thank you foremost for like the compliments and just telling me that somehow me being honest was like some sort of like sentiment or character of me being bold, and I really appreciate that. And I hope that God always reminds me that I always need to be truthful to myself and my journey.
So now let's talk about you being a single mom.
Okay.
You know, which you've also openly spoken about, you know, on your social media. And you've raised your son, who's now 5, right? How's that been like? What are some of the challenges that you faced being a single mom?
I still face them now. So maybe I can divide into threefold.
Okay.
One would be basic skills and basic development for a kid or a boy.
Yes.
That's maybe one.
Yes. Yeah.
And the second layer, and I will get into those 3 layers.
Okay.
The second layer for me would be principles. How do I guide this person by myself and with all I know? And then thirdly, it's how I find myself in society and how I'm asked out, how I interact with men, how that's all also changing.
Yeah.
And like, I hate it.
Okay.
So like with the first layer, it's quite like, sure, all I know is how to be a mother. But it gets challenging and tricky when, like, because now my son is at an age, I'd say, oh, yeah, my dad. And you're like, who's your dad? And I know you you don't know what a dad is, but because we are crash in Avantwana where the mom and the dad is present, it's like you are downfolded all the time to say, okay, this child knows that a structure looks like this, but they don't know what a structure is, because they don't know what outside my uncles, they don't really know like a father figure.
Yeah, I get you.
So that would be one. And then the second layer would be, sometimes I worry about customs, sigo, ukuthi ufumntana mu nesibongo sasekhaya. And I know that sometimes it's overthinking things, so it's like, if isibongo sasekhaya makakhula, is he gonna blame me? Then like I don't parent completely with, I do it with love, but sometimes it just feels like it's scared love.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm just always worried about what's going to happen or how he's going to perceive the world.
Understandably so also, you know.
It's also a bit tricky way to position yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, you never know where you really belong as a single mother.
Okay.
Like, are you trying to date guys that also have kids? Maybe they'll relate. Are you trying to date guys that don't know the struggle?
You've mentioned you waiting for the right partner, you know, and you have, right?
Yeah.
Waiting for the right partner, and it's been a journey, right? That you've spoken about, the process of waiting for the right partner.
It's very lonely. It's very lonely. In this period of me really just wanting a stable partner,
it's a lot.
Like, I am going through it. And sometimes it's just like, it's unbelievably harsh just waiting for the right person.
Do you think that it's harsh because you are a single mom, or it's harsh because you are a woman looking for a right partner so that you can settle down?
I think the latter would be the honest answer.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's more not knowing whether I need to do the healing, but I feel like I've healed, or I'm just not meeting the right people right now. And if I'm not, why is then God like taking time? That's what it is at this age. Yeah.
Waiting can be quite, it's not easy for a lot of women.
It really isn't.
It's not.
Like, and you really doubt yourself. Like, without even being cocky, it's knowing that I'm really smart. I am beautiful.
You are.
Thank you. Beautiful. I'm well mannered. I'm respectful. But still doesn't feel like it's enough for God to bless me.
At this moment.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, maybe His might never even come. That's what, like, that's like, yeah, that's how, like, wow. Yeah, sometimes I do think like that. I'm just like, or if He'll come, He cannot be from this country. Or if He's gonna come, like, how does that look like? Yeah.
And right now, I know it may look like it's taking long. And there's a reason why there's that waiting period. And it's not easy, yes, but usually with processes, they're there to build something in us, to cultivate something in us. And some of those things may not necessarily be nice.
Yeah.
But there's a reason.
No, actually can't believe that I'm crying.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I think it's just one of those conversations that just like feel like it now consumes more of my brain than it should. There's a part, like a time, sometimes there are times when I don't think about it at all.
At all, yeah.
And then the moments like, is there something wrong with me?
Why is companionship so important to you? Because I know some women would be like, you know what, I really don't care. I mean, whether this person comes or not, but why is it so important to you, for you? And I know you are aiming for marriage, right? Your goal is to settle down for marriage, which is good.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. You want a stable home for yourself, for your son. Why is it so important for you?
I think everything we do in life is love.
Yeah.
How we meet people, how we connect with people, how we do things. My work is love. I have to love my work for it to be great. When I meet strangers, it's always like love. I think we all love. Every particle, the element of who we are is love, right?
Yeah.
And then there's this understanding that I don't need a man to validate me. Yeah. But I want companionship because I feel there's a part of me that I want to share truly with someone. Yeah. There's like certain experiences I can never have with my friends, unfortunately. Yeah. There's certain experiences I can never truly have with my family, but I can have it like with a companion. And sometimes it is nice to dream and see myself at my ultimate best by myself. But man, love is so beautiful.
And I could tell you are a lover of love.
I can't stress how easy it is for me to form human connections. Yeah. It's like the most seamless thing ever.
And you're so friendly, bubbly.
Yeah. So because it's so seamless and so effortless creating friendships, I can only imagine if I had somebody who cares enough about my growth and wants to grow with me, how easier that might be. I think also when, like the previous question that you asked me about why is it important for me to have a companion, if I'm being completely honest, I now understand that I've actually been my best, like work-wise, sports-wise, anything-wise, when I've always been loved, right?
Companionship and accountability for you, they kind of like
coexist,
okay.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
Yes.
I get you.
Feels like a therapy session. I like it.
I love it. Could it be that your husband is already there? You just don't recognize him? Maybe so.
No.
You already know him. He's right there.
In my life.
Maybe in your life. You've met him. It's just that you don't know yet that that's the one. Could it be?
No.
You are convinced.
Yes, I'm certain.
What do you love most about being a mom?
That I'm responsible.
Okay.
and I'm responsible for someone and something,
Yeah.
I have to see things through all the
Okay.
time. Like, I don't have time to say I can't. I always have to see things through. I think
Yeah.
that's beautiful about motherhood. It just
Yeah.
always reminds you that firstly, God is always there, and like there's always provision for something if you want to do it, and like
Yeah.
motherhood reminds you of that.
Yeah.
And then motherhood also reminds me a lot about taking care of nature.
Oh, okay.
Like,
you liken it with nature.
yeah, so
okay, that's
it's
interesting.
realizing that everything is seasonal,
Okay.
and realizing that there's a purpose for every little particle, every atom in the world, every water, every plant, there's like something way bigger than us, and the child reminds you that. So because when you see them growing up, the things they do, you realize that this person doesn't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they're reminding you that life is way bigger than, because I don't think I ever appreciated my life until I see it through my child.
Through your child.
Yeah.
I like that analogy. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful and powerful. And then what would you say to him? Speak to the 30-year-old. Your son is 30 and you want to say words that would carry him into adulthood.
Life's been a journey, and it continuously will be. Thank you for not giving up and always facing life as it comes. I hope you learn to live up to your name more as you become older, and may you always be an anchor and hero for everybody around you. Even though it may be hard, you are doing it because you are bestowed with that.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
You know, this conversation, I feel like it was too short, but it's been very eye-opening for me. And there's something that I got for myself, and you've inspired so much, you know, and I shared with you before we started recording that, you know, your honesty is so bold and courageous, and it makes me want to be bold and courageous myself. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I hope this conversation inspired you, and if you have anything, stories, experiences you'd like to share, please drop us a comment in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.